Okay, we are going to do a little walking tour of the theaters that used to be downtown Collinsville. Some people know this is the back of Miners Theater, and that might be the only theater they know. But this was the Opera House Theater, among two others. And it was here before Miners Theater. This is the back side of it. Do you know how many theaters were in downtown Collinsville? You may be surprised by the end of this video. We're coming up on the Opera House, but it was not the first. On the other side of Main Street here was a theater called the Air Dome, and it was outside, and we'll take a look at where it was. In one of the articles I found about the Air Dome, it said it was just east of 123 West Main, and there is 123 West Main, and east is over this way. So it was in this area, maybe towards the end of the block, because the man from the Opera House So I would think it would be right in here. So the Air Dome was the first theater downtown. And then we'll see if we can cross the street. And we'll take a look at the Opera House, which I believe was the next one. The Opera House was in business for some time before Miners Theater came along. And shortly after Miners Theater opened, the Opera House closed, then reopened as the Orpheum Theater, which lasted, I believe, $10. And then it changed to the Strand Theater, which may have went on for 2 years, but eventually put out of business by miners. Theater here. And then we'll take a walk to the end of this block and find the next theater. And many people know this theater. It was the Will Rogers Theater, and it opened in 1936, and it was named after Will Rogers, who had died in a plane crash in 1935. We'll come back over this way so we get a better view. And there it is. You might know it today as Bert's Chuck Wagon and Verona Coffee Shop. But this was the Will Rogers Theater, and I'm sure it looked much different back then. And it lasted for a couple of years, and then it was also put out of business by Miners Theater. Because all the miners in town supported their own theater. So that is theater number 3. And the one that might surprise you was over here. It was called the Lyric Theater. And it was on Center Street here. In this area, there used to be a building right in where that tree is standing up. That was attached to this building. So the Lyric Theater was in this area, across from State Bank, the side of State Bank. That is the 4th theater. And then we'll come upon the last one. Okay, I think we're going again. So once again we'll go across the street. We're going to look both ways because cars tend to come down the other way too. This sad building here, you may remember, is the former Embers menswear. It looked a lot better in that day. And we're coming up on Miners Theater, which opened in 1918. And its cornerstone says September, I believe, but due to the influenza epidemic, they didn't get to open until late November. Of 1918, because they didn't want to spread influenza. And there it is, Miners Institute, built with pennies from the dues of miners. Lots of pennies. So that is 5 theaters.